Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Farida. Thank you for clicking on today's video. If you're new, welcome to my channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, a part of the family, thank you for coming back and stay tuned for today's video. So before I go straight to today's video, I just want to say thank you to Daring for choosing me as the winner of our giveaway. Like when I woke up and I saw that I won the giveaway, I was like so surprised because I wasn't expecting it. So thank you, Daring, and you guys should also check out our channel. I'm so excited and I'm looking forward to meeting you. So I'm gonna go straight to the topic of today's video. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the pre-CAS interview, or what some people call the credibility interview, that you need to go through in order to get your CAS. Many people have been sending messages to me about this process and how they found it like quite challenging, and it's not been very easy for some people. And so that's why I've decided to do this video and to just share some bits of my experience about the pre-CAS interview and what you should expect and what it will be like for you. And I hope that you find this video helpful and it helps you in the process. It helps you in preparing for your pre-CAS interview and makes it easy for you to get your CAS and eventually apply for your visa and be able to come to the UK. The first thing I'm going to say about the pre-CAS interview is that you should take it seriously. I mean, you need the interview, you need to pass this interview in order to get your CAS, because if you do the interview and you don't pass it, it's going to be very difficult for you to get your CAS, and you may not even get your CAS at the end of the day. So I'm going to say, take your interview very seriously, be diplomatic, prepare very well for the interview, show that you're a genuine student. I mean, the main reason why they're doing the interview is to just check that you're actually a genuine student that wants to come to the UK to study and not for ulterior reasons. So make sure that you actually have prepared for the interview, know the kind of questions that will be asked. As much as it's also good to prepare answers, do not just like cram the answers. You should be able to like apply the answers to whatever is asked. So if you've actually prepared an answer to like a question about, okay, why have you decided to study in the UK, they may ask you in a different format. So in whatever format they ask you, you should be able to apply whatever you've already prepared to answer the question. And I must also say that as much as you need the university to issue you a CAS, you need the UK to issue you a visa, you need them to be able to come here, they also need you. So as much as you need them, they also need you. It's like a mutually beneficial sort of agreement or relationship between you and the UK and the university you'll be applying to and UKVI. If you pass the pre-CAS interview, you get your CAS and you come to the UK, it's going to be beneficial to them, because obviously you pay so much money to go to university, you pay so much money for the visa process, it generates revenue for them. And so don't think that this is just like it's not a one-way thing. Basically, it's as much as you need them, they also need you. Prepare for the interview, be confident about your skills, be confident about why you actually want to study it, and show them that you're actually genuine. Another thing I will say about the pre-CAS interview is that when you're giving your university details, your contact details, for example, do not give the details of your family members or your mom or your dad or your siblings. Give your own personal details. So if they want to call you for the interview, they can easily contact you directly. In my own case, for example, when I was initially going through the process, I submitted my mom's contact details, so that on the day of the interview, it was actually my mom that was called, and I was already on my way for the interview from work. And they spoke to my mom. My mom was like, oh, I'm at work. And because of the miscommunication, my interview was cancelled and I had to reschedule for another day. So to avoid this kind of things happening, make sure that when you submit your details for the interview, submit your own personal details so that your interview is not cancelled or rescheduled or whatever. The next thing I will say is that for your pre-CAS interview, it is very possible that you will not pass it the very first time. It is possible that you have to like do another interview, to prepare for another interview, to submit additional documents. When this happens, do not get scared. Do not think that, oh, this is the end. This is the end of me coming to the UK to study. Like, that's it, it's over. It's not over. So like in my own case, I'll give my own case as an example again. When I was supposed to do my interview, I did my interview around June 13 or so of that year. And when I did the interview, I was waiting to hear back about the outcome of my interview. I didn't hear back until after 2 weeks, and when I heard back, it was for me to prepare for a second interview. They didn't even say, oh, you failed the first interview or you passed the interview. They just said, oh, Farida, you need to prepare for a second interview. And they were like, this time around, I needed to take the interview very seriously. So what I said earlier about taking the interview seriously, that's what it really means. That I guess when I did the first interview, I was just sort of mocking about. I just was like trying to wing it. Don't try to wing it. Try to prepare as much as possible and answer the questions. And when I did the interview again in July, and my CAS was issued. So if your interview is rescheduled, like I said, don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. It's just It's just a process that actually allows you to prepare very well for your for your visa application, because once you're able to actually pass your pre-CAS interview, you submitted the right documents, your university has given you your CAS, it just shows that you're actually good to go to actually apply for your visa. So when you pass your pre-CAS interview and you submitted like so many documents, and these documents have been checked by your university and they've given you the go ahead that these are the right documents, they've issued your CAS because of these documents, when you apply for your visa, it just makes it easier, because then you'll be submitting the same documents that you've used to apply for your CAS to UKVI, which also means that the likelihood of you getting your visa is very high, because I mean these documents have already been checked by people that know what they're doing. They've been helping students to get their visas, to get CAS, to get visas for like so long. They're very experienced in how it's done. Another thing I would say is that when you go into your pre-CAS checks and pre-CAS interview and other credibility checks, make sure that you use your university's admissions team, like your proposed university's admissions team. In my own case at UEL, they have the international admissions officer. So they are the representative for Nigeria, and I was able to like be in communication with this person ever so often, and I would send my documents and say, oh, these are my documents, and it will check and say, oh yeah, everything is fine. Initially also my birth certificate was missing, and I had to like try to find my birth certificate, and I was like, could I submit like a different document instead of my birth certificate, maybe an attestation letter or something like that, but they were like, you have to submit your original birth certificate. So another point is that when you're doing your pre-CAS checks and you've been asked to submit documents, don't submit fake documents, don't submit documents that have not been asked for, submit the original documents. And thank God, like I was able to find my birth certificate and actually complete the process, because I mean without a birth certificate, without that, it would have made it so much more difficult. So make sure to submit all documents that are asked of you, submit all the original documents, and once you actually follow the process, follow the guidelines that have been laid out by your university, it's going to make it easier for you to actually get your CAS. On that note, I'll be going to some likely questions that you may be asked as part of your pre-CAS interview. So the first question you'll probably be asked as part of your pre-CAS interview is, why have you chosen to study in the UK? And when they ask you why the UK, you want to be able to compare studying in the UK with other countries. If you'll be coming from Nigeria or from India, for example, they want to know why you decided to leave Nigeria or India or the US or Canada to come to the UK. You want to be able to compare the educational systems in different countries to the UK, and then actually tell them, oh, I've decided to come to the UK because I mean I want to study law, for example, and my country and the UK have the same legal system and they operate the common law system, for example. You want to be able to tell them the exact reason why you decided to study in the UK instead of other countries. Another question that you may get asked is, why have you chosen to study at this particular university? So in my own case, for example, why UEL? So I mean, if you've applied to study at a university, you want to know, this is why I've applied to that university. Is it the ranking that has attracted you to that university? Is it the cost of tuition fees? Is it their facilities that has attracted you to that university? Or is it their teaching excellence framework? Or what is it exactly? So when it asks you why UEL, why UCL, why Greenwich University, or whatever university that you've applied to, be able to tell them this is the exact reason why I've chosen to come to this uni, and not just like I've just chosen it randomly. I've actually done my research and know what this university can offer me and what I can offer them in return, sort of. And you need to be able to obviously answer that with facts, and not just like saying random things, and not just answer generically. Another question you may be asked is, where you intend to live during your studies, and this question is obviously very easy to answer. It is either you want to live in university accommodation, you want to rent privately. And if it's university accommodation, you should be able to tell them, oh, I want to live in university accommodation, I've already booked my uni accommodation, or I plan to book it after my interview, or I've already secured private accommodation which I'll be paying for once I arrive here and it's already booked, or I'm booking it after my interview. You want to be able to tell them like concrete answers. You want to tell them, oh, for example, maybe if you want to stay in private accommodation, for example, you want to be able to tell them, oh, I've been looking on this site in the UK, like SPAREROOM or Easy Roommates, and I know that I can actually get a room that is very close to uni. You want to be able to tell them like concrete answers, that you've actually done some research into how it will be once you come here to study. On that note, I'll actually add one more thing. When I was about to apply for my visa and submit my visa application form, for example, on the form I was asked to fill in my address. On the visa application form, I was going to put in the address of my private accommodation, but I was advised by my uni international admissions officer to actually put in the university address as my address. So in that case, even if you actually have not secured accommodation, you don't necessarily have to have secured accommodation by the time you're applying for your visa, because you could easily just put your university address as your address. Because I mean, it worked for me in my own case, and I was actually advised to do that by my university. But obviously I'm not giving you immigration advice. it's best to speak to your university about what is best to put on your visa application form. Another question that you may be asked is what modules you'll be studying. So you've applied to study computer science, or you've applied to study accounting or nursing or whatever course you've applied for. They want to know what modules you'll be studying. I mean, you've applied to this course, you should know the details of your course. So when they ask you what modules will you be studying, you should have actually try to memorize the modules and actually know at least maybe 4 or 5 of your modules offhand, and so that when they ask you, okay, what modules will you be studying as part of your course, you don't just like keep quiet and you're like, oh, I don't know, because that means because that won't show that you're actually genuine or actually concerned about coming to study in the UK, or you actually are prepared about coming to study. Try to memorize a number of your modules, and when they ask you what modules you'll be studying in the UK or as part of your course, you should be able to answer that effectively and just answer easily, straightforward, without stress. Another question that you may be asked is how your modules will be accessed. And obviously this is also very easy to answer. It is either your modules will be accessed through coursework and examinations, or through coursework only, or through examinations only. And because you're the one that has applied to your course, you know what your course entails, you should also know how your course will be examined or how your course will be assessed. And that is why your university website is very important. You should go to your university website and your course homepage to see exactly how your modules will be assessed, to know the details of your course. The next question you may also be asked is about your career plan. So they want to know, okay, after your course ends, or once your visa expires, what is the next point of action? What do you want to do next? Are you going to go back to your home country? You want to stay back in the UK? And now that the post-study work visa has been introduced, like, you could easily say, oh, I intend to stay back in the UK to study and to apply for the post-study work visa, try to gain some more work experience, or to secure a graduate job after my studies. So it's okay to tell them that, because obviously there's no point trying to cut corners or say, oh, you want to go back to your home country if you actually don't want to do that. Because I mean, the post-study work visa has been introduced, it's there for everyone to apply to. When they ask you what are your career plans, it's easy to say, oh, I intend to go back to my home country, or I intend to stay back in the UK on the post-study work visa, or the skilled worker visa, or whatever visa really. When you answer these questions, it's also very good to be honest. Like, I mean, don't try to lie, because they can tell when you're lying. And don't try to sort of like twist your answers, or try to like I don't know, just try to be straightforward when you answer the questions. Try to be honest, be diplomatic. So when they ask you a question, just answer that particular question. Don't go about explaining the story of your life or something else that has not been asked. Just answer the question straight away and move on to the next one and answer that also. Don't explain things that have not been asked. Don't answer things that have not been asked. Just answer what has been asked, basically. Just stick to the question that has been asked. Okay, this is the question that has been asked. This is the right answer. Simple, full stop, and move on. Because, I mean, when you start, like, rambling on and on and explain things that have not been asked, then that's when you could say something that is like, oh, what are you saying? Because, I mean, if it's not relevant, don't say. Just say things that are relevant. When you answer your interview questions, your pre-CAS interview questions, be honest, be diplomatic, be genuine, and don't be generic. Be specific when answering your questions, and just show that you've actually prepared. Show that you actually want to come to the UK to study. Show that you know what you're doing. Show that you actually care about your career. Show that you actually care about coming to that particular university to study. Come to the UK to study, and this is your dream, and this is and actually you getting the pre-CAS and you passing the pre-CAS checks and passing the pre-CAS interview and getting your CAS is the next way for you to achieve your dream. That question that you may be asked is about who will be sponsoring your education, and in this case, obviously, it's also easy to answer. If you be self-sponsoring, tell them you'll be self-sponsoring. If your parents will be sponsoring your education, tell them my parents will be sponsoring my education, and they'll be doing that through their salary. And sometimes they'll also ask you the range of the parents' salary. In my own case, they actually asked me, okay, like, do you know roughly how much your parents are earning? So you should also have an idea of how much your parents are earning to be able to actually afford to sponsor you to study in the UK. So if they ask you, okay, how much do your parents earn per year, you should have a rough idea of how much they earn. So when they ask you these questions, you should also be able to answer, okay, this is roughly how much my parents earn, this is how they'll be able to sponsor me. They have like this, they have savings, or they have their salary, or they have investments, or whatever that they'll be using to sponsor my education. And finally, they may also ask you how long your course will be for. Obviously, you've applied for a course and you should know, okay, my course is for 3 years, or 1 year, or 2 years, or 4 years. Because I mean, if they ask you how many years your course will be for, you don't even know that, then it doesn't show that actually genuine. It doesn't show that you're actually a genuine student, because a genuine student will know my course is for 3 years, or 4 years or 1 year or 2 years. This will be the end of today's video. Thank you for watching today's video. If you've got any more questions that you'd like me to answer, put them in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer them. Or you can also follow me on my Instagram or follow me on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching today's video and I'll see you again next time. Bye.